Last webinar of the fall. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this year is going so quickly. Welcome to webinar 41. And we are full screen, I trust. Oh, let me just go. Okay, so here we go. Our September theme is New Teams Mastery. Today, I'm wearing a red shirt, so you know we're talking about measurement today. And so I'm going to give us 7 fall KPIs beyond the scale. So what is a KPI? Some of you know what it is, but everyone might not. So here we go. KPI is defined as a key performance indicator. What is that? Well, it's a small, specific number that you can track that shows whether your plan is working or not. So we're talking, and people in business, anyone in business knows what a KPI is. In many industries, they use the term KPI. But for health, there are 2 main types of KPIs. There are lead indicators and there are lag indicators. Now, a lot of times in health, we are measuring our lag indicator, like what is our weight? And we get excited when we lose weight. We get frustrated when we gain weight. And, but that is a lag KPI. What we want is a lead KPI. So we can only control so much what the scale says, but we can definitely control what we eat, right? We can control our inputs, even if we can't control the output, or we can control the lead, even if we can't control the lag. So here we go. So why are we talking about this now? The days are getting shorter. Holiday feasts are coming. Traveling, work schedules, all of these things can cause us to drift off course. And what kind of course am I talking about? Our wellness journey, our journey to optimal wellness. And sometimes, willpower, if you just rely on willpower, you could be in trouble. And that's why every winter, on average, Americans gain 1 to 3 pounds. But if we're not relying on willpower, but we're relying on systems, we're in it to win it. So as we drive into winter, we want to make sure we can winter-proof our habits so we're not taken off course. All right, I want you to look at the number 36, that big number 36 on the screen. What could it mean? There are 36 days until we fall back. That is just over 5 weeks. So just say we've got 5 weeks to make the adjustment to fall back. We can start now. So we'll talk about that a little later. So the principle, we talked about this. We're gonna be measuring behaviors that drive the change. And when we measure these behaviors, these KPIs, we're going to consider it a win if we get 5 out of 7 days. So we want to be consistent We don't have to be perfect. And we talked a couple of weeks ago about our accountability teams. This is a perfect time to build your team. And remember, your team doesn't have to take hours and hours and hours to work. You can just agree with your team. We're going to send 3 texts in the week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the text could just be an emoji, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. 2 check-ins with the team leader, and then 1 weekly huddle. And that huddle can just be 15 minutes. It can be an hour. We can make this work even in a busy schedule, but it helps to have a team to get to your goals. So today we're going to discover how to winter-proof your progress. And I'm going to give you 7 KPIs that we can track. And, they say you can't master what you don't measure. So we can track and master these 7 KPIs. And I got a bunch of resources for you. So you might want to take notes for some of them. You might want to get your phone ready to take to scan a QR code, and the links will be in the YouTube description later on. Okay, before we get started on those 7 KPIs, I want to introduce myself. Some of you might not know who I am. I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. I'm also known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist. And around here, we're all about empowering transformation. And I do that with the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. We cycle through these 5 frameworks every month. So today's measurement day, so I'm wearing a red polo shirt. I am a physician, family physician, retired. I have a master's degree in public health, which is why I love digging into the research. And I'm privileged to be a certified holistic health coach, and I'm passionate about helping you attain your health goals. So 2006, I had a few good habits. I had some bad ones. I was extremely heavy, but I had regular physical activity, and it helped me physically, emotionally, all the leaves. In 2008, however, I gave up ballroom dancing and my medical practice to go home and take care of my parents. And they transitioned 8 years later, and by then I needed my father's wheelchair just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. Now, we don't talk about miracles in health and wellness, so this is actually also my disclaimer slide. This is not a second opinion. This is not a consultation. I am not, insurance is not going to pay for me. I'm not diagnosing, treating, identifying any medical diseases. What I am doing is sharing my experience, my knowledge, the results of my clients, and my understanding of the research as I dig into it. And I'm telling you, I needed a miracle at that time. And I did this little exercise. I decided to plot my weight through the decades. And I found that just like the textbook said, I was gaining about 10 pounds a decade, or 1 to 3 pounds every winter. And nothing really turned that around until I learned how to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right, to still on my journey to optimal wellness today in my red 1967 L88 Corvette. And I'm inviting you to come with me. Okay, so KPI number one. Remember, KPI is a key performance indicator. Is your waist circumference. So weekly, we can measure our waist circumference. Now, that is, oh, so some tips on recording. Record in the morning when you're relaxed. Exhale, measure at your navel. And we're going to track, whether you track on paper or you have an app, which I'm actually working on an app to track all 7 of these KPIs. But we're going to track the trend, not perfection. And definitely going into this holiday season, we don't want that trend to be going up, right? We're going to be changing our foods. Some people will be getting bloated. Some people will be putting on pounds. We don't want to do that. So we're gonna make sure our waist circumference is on track. But it's not just an idea of, um, you know, having curves or what was the old 36, 24, 36 uh, goal. It's not just about a vanity. It's not a vanity metric. It actually is a proxy for measuring your visceral fat. So that plus, how hard it is to get into your genes, they're real medical, not medical, I mean health measurements. Now, we don't have to do this every day, but once a week. So on day 1, then 7 days later, day 8, 15, 22, 29. And just for a little bit of background and reassurance and instruction, healthline.com, which I love, has this article, Why Waistline Matters and How to Measure Yours. And this article, all you have to do is Google waist circumference Healthline. Or you could Google Why Waistline Matters Healthline. And also, I'm going to put the link to this article in the description. But it is a very good review of the science of the measuring tape around your waist. KPI number 2, protein hits. Now, and we talked a lot about 30 gram meals, 30 grams. Why is that? That helps the your satiety. It helps your protect your muscle mass. It helps to cut your cravings. And here's the thing. Once you know what 30 grams of protein looks like, you don't have to weigh or track, you do have to track. You don't have to weigh or make it a big elaborate ordeal to track your protein. Just aim for 30 to 45 grams or 3 to 4 times a day, and just track how many days did you hit it. Oh, that target thing at the bottom, that was for, I should have erased that. So we're tracking our protein daily, and what we want is at least 3 hits per day. So it's easy to count to 3, right? So here's our guide of what does 30 grams of protein look like. And once we know what it looks like, then we know, okay, I've had my hit. All right. So how do you get that? First QR code of the day. Take out your phone, just scan this QR code. It will give you the download immediately. And if you're not if you're not able to scan right now, the link will be in the chat description. And you can just go to drlisasingletary.online/30 grams of protein. That's the number 30 grams of protein. Alrighty. KPI number 3. The post-meal walk, 10 minutes after your meal, within 60 minutes of your meal will do wonders for your metabolism. Um, and it can be a nice pace where you can still talk. You don't this We're not talking running, we're not talking hit, which is high intensity. Just 10 minutes after, especially after your largest meal. But that will help your muscles, your large muscles, your thighs and your glutes to absorb the glucose that's hitting your bloodstream from the meal and help to smooth out that post-meal uh, sugar curve, blood sugar curve. And if you don't have 10 minutes, do 5 minutes, right? Just get it in, just get those muscles moving. And I want to bring back this little gem that I made for you guys. Move to the beat. So you pick your activity, you pick your goal, like this would be a wind down after your meal, possibly. Your activity, you're just going to walk. It's optional under your age, but we were talking about staying in heart rate zone 2. And what this app will do is it will calculate your beats per minute, and then you can uh, feed the beats per minute into Spotify or iRadio. I don't know. I don't know all the apps, but um, wherever you get your workout music, you can put in the keywords, and you'll get the perfect you'll get the perfect song of the genre you want, genre, at the perfect pace for your workout. And of course, it works if you are doing training or you have different goals for your workout. It'll give you a whole different list of keywords and beats per minute. So I hope you take advantage of it. It's a cool little app. KPI number 4. Sleep is so important. So we're going to aim for the correct number of sleep hours, but then also a 1-hour bedtime window. This will help your hunger hormones. This will help all your hormones, really. This will help your mood. This definitely helps you recover. Um, and we can track the hours, and we can track whether or not you were successful with your sleep window. So what is a bedtime window? It's a 60-minute range that you're going to aim to get in bed with lights off every night. Why does this matter? So it's your target for the wind down, all your night sleep rituals, and actually um, getting your head on the pillow. This helps to keep your body clock in check. Um, it helps your sleep, your duration of sleep. It helps your morning feeling of refreshment. And we want to have at least 5 nights per week where you hit not only the hours that you sleep, but the sleep window, really getting your clock, your body clock dialed in. So here are a few tips. Start your wind down 45 to 60 minutes before your target bedtime. Dim the lights, cut the screens, take a warm shower, stretch, um, you know, spray some lavender or some chamomile on or chamomile tea, or just the things that you do. What was the traditional one? Warm milk, right? Um, so your wind down routine. And even if you're not sleepy, get in the bed. I had to do this last night. I was so glad I had just worked on these slides because I was lying in bed, but I could feel that I was tense. My mind was racing, and I was like, okay, breathe. And I took some deep breaths, and I just relax my shoulders, right? Relax your neck, relax. And I could just feel the different areas of my body relaxing. And some people start from the toes, right? Relax your toes. But I had to deal with my shoulders first because I could feel it. I could feel the tension there the most. Before I knew it, I was gone. So uh, again, I'm practicing what I preach here. Now, here's a tip: shift workers. If your shift is changing, and I've done that, um, if you know your shift is going to transition, then s- uh, change your bedtime by, let's just say, 20 minutes per day, or when you're about to transition. Now, we have 5 weeks until fall. The clocks go back, right? So we can take this shift work idea and we can use our 5 weeks, that every 5 weeks, uh, make your bedtime. I mean, not every 5 weeks, every week from now until November 2nd, make your bedtime 15 minutes earlier. So that's 4 weeks that it'll get you to that hour difference. And then when the clocks actually change, um, it won't be, we will have eased ourselves into it. All right, KPI number 5. Ooh, I love this one. The Rainbow 5. We want to get fiber. So eat 5 colors or approximately 25 grams of fiber per day. That will help your microbiome. That will help you your cravings. That'll help you feel fuller. That will help you stay regular. Now, I found, just by observation, I have found that my body really likes flaxseed. Or actually, I don't. I didn't buy the flaxseed, but I have a protein. I take different protein shakes, and for the last month, I've had a protein shake that had flax seeds in it, and I feel much more regular than usual. I don't have problems with constipation, but I could definitely sense the difference. So just um, pay attention to what foods and what supplements, what shakes help your body, and your body gives you the signals. Your body tells you what's going on. But we definitely, there is a little loaf of bread there on the picture. I didn't put it there, promise. But that bread is gluten free, and those noodles are gluten free. Okay, so we don't want to be irritating our stomachs with uh, foods that inflame our gut lining, and gluten is uh, stomach lining or gut lining and enemy number one. All right. Ooh, KPI number 6. We want our strength and mobility. So you can choose one, either the sit to stand or for 30 seconds, or wall push-ups. And you also want to protect your mobility. So flexibility, stretching, range of motion. And it doesn't take long, but we want to get all of our joints into the picture so that we can be uh, strong and mobile. It also definitely helps your metabolism, and it helps to your balance. It helps your strength. It's definitely an excellent healthy aging strategy. And the CDC actually, the technical name for this is the chair stand test. And they've produced this PDF that we can use. And so I'm going to give you a copy of the chair stand test. So just download this by scanning the QR code or go to drlisasingletary.online/chair stand test. It's chair stand test. And it tells you exactly our targets for our age, whether we're men or women. And it tells you how to do it, how to track the 30 seconds. And then you can record it, like you said, on a piece of paper or on the app that I'm working on. I actually did make one. I just didn't like the way it looked, so we're going to work on it. All right, KPI number 7. 10 minutes of morning light. If you can do that 5 out of 7 days a week, your body's going to thank you. And ideally, you will do it where you can be grounding or you'll add music. You know, we want to have synergy in our program, but the first hour of the day, get out there and just get 10 minutes of the natural sunlight. It will reset your circadian rhythms, and it helps your appetite, your sleep, your energy throughout the day. And in case there's rain, you want to have a plan, getting light from the window and also walking indoors and things like that. We want to stay on track even if we can't go outside. We want to get as much of these KPIs taken care of. Okay. Woo, that was 7 KPIs. I hope you loved them. I hope you love the resources, but here's a bonus. We've got the nutrition blueprint for fall mastery. So we've got 5 steps to nutritional completeness because we want to take care of your cells because your cells, they are the ultimate timers of your circadian rhythms. The cells in your pineal gland, the cells in all your different organs have their own function. They have their own rhythms, and we need to completely nutrify them in order for them to function properly. So, step 1, avoid the bad foods. When I say bad, they're foods that cause inflammation. Wheat, barley, rye, oats. Those are some of the different forms of gluten. Oils, fried foods, processed foods. You get the drift. Step 2, we need 90 essential nutrients every day to keep all of those processes going. Step 3, we're under oxidative stress and environmental overwhelm constantly. And our bodies, they're designed to deal with a certain amount of stress, but in the amount of our modern society and in the chronic nature of the stress that we're under, our bodies need help. So we want to give extra antioxidants, adaptogens, anti-inflammatories. Step 4, I talked about gut health, the gut lining, the gut microbiome. Without it, the inflammation in the gut, without your gut function and without your microbiome balance, you're going to have, it's a setup for all kinds of issues. And step 5, that's wellness wonderland. You can just go crazy with all of the things you're trying for your health, including a protein shake with flax in it. Well, that kind of goes with step 1, but you know what I mean. The brain support, the joint support, the this support, the that, the infrared light, the this, the that. All of those are in step 5, but we need to build it on the foundation of the first 4 steps to get the maximum benefit for our wellness journey. And I just want to hone in on this word essential. When I say essential, what do you think of when I say essential? That you need it, right? Well, this is the thing. In biology, biochemistry, biomedical uh, science, the word physiology, the word essential has a different meaning. It doesn't just mean that your body needs it. It means that your body cannot make it. So there are a lot of nutrients that, your body can rob, quote unquote, rob from Peter to pay Paul, right? If you got a little extra, uh, too much protein, it can turn it into carbs and just shift around things that your body needs. But these essential nutrients, your body can't do that. You have to take them in either by food or by strategic supplementation. Very important. So today we discovered the KPI secrets. The scale is a lag indicator. We want to track our leading indicators. We want to input things that we can predict. If we're consistent, we'll have a great outcome. So the 7 KPIs, you can track them just, once you make your little sheet, just a piece of paper, and you can make it a checklist. You can do the tracking in 2 minutes a day. And complete cellular nutrition will help keep your momentum into the winter. So, what's one action step you're going to try this week? Let us know in the chat. Well, autumn is gone, right? 2025. I'm going to have to change all this up because not autumn, fall, winter is here, basically, right? Is that right? No, we just started autumn. I see. I'm anticipating. All I'm thinking about is fall back, right? So autumn is here. It's September, and this is our schedule. All right, I feel better. Whew. So today's webinar 41 and measurement. There's my red shirt. New team mastery. So starting next week in October, our theme will be fall lights mastery. So we're going to be mastering the daylight, the blue light. We're going to be and we're rotating through mindset, micronutrients, macronutrients, motion, and measurement for the fall. All right, so thank you for joining us today. Now, you might have just found us on the YouTube channel, but maybe you want to join us live. And we're here live every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Scan the QR code to register at drlisasingletary.online/live-Zoom. And you'll be registered for the rest of the year, which is counting down. And also, the replay of this will be on YouTube, but the first premiere will be at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. So we're really on the premiere now. So that's a little weird. But yeah, the premiere starts at 9 p.m. and then it sits on YouTube, available for you to watch at your leisure. But when you do go to YouTube, please give me a like and subscribe. I would be very grateful for that. Okay, so we did 7 fall KPIs, 7 fall tips for you. And we are taking it home. So if you're here live with me, thank you so much for joining me. If you're here on the recording, thank you. No matter what, I love you all. The live, your stay on the call. We'll do our little Q&A, and I'll be in the chat live at 9 p.m. for our YouTube premiere. I love you all. Mwah.